All right. Now, I believe this is our first class together, right, Chase?
Yes, it's our
All
first
right.
class ever.
All right. So before we start, how was your day?
Yeah, I'm doing fine. Nothing
Doing fine.
special.
All right. That's nice.
How about you?
Oh, I'm doing great actually. Now,
Really?
I believe they've given you a list of articles for us to talk about, right?
Why? I've
Right.
got it.
And do you have a specific topic you want to talk about here?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
The title is Free Public Transport.
Can you repeat that?
Free public transport.
Free public transportations. All right. Okay.
Uh,
Let's go ahead and start about it. What can you tell me about the article?
about the article.
Yes.
All right. Um, German government
Mm-hmm.
uh, has suggested uh, that their people uh,
All right.
can use free public transportation by
Right.
providing uh, by their government for free.
Mm-hmm.
But there are some problems
Mm-hmm.
because uh, this action has done to some countries.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
Yeah, and I forgot.
Okay. Okay. So
But
now,
yeah, I will try to
all right. All right.
summarize
Go ahead.
again.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Alright, for German,
Yes.
they didn't meet some
Mm-hmm.
exhaust quality standards
Right.
for EU air maybe regulation.
Mm-hmm.
So it could be a major problem. I think yeah, the government hasn't solved the problem yet.
Right. And why
And
would it be a major problem?
major problem
Yes. Why?
because yeah, there are a specific sentence, you know,
Mm.
at the
Yes.
first paragraph, it has
Mm-hmm.
become a major problem. So that's why I think that's why uh, that country cannot fulfill it yet
Mm-hmm.
because that is the regulation. If they didn't meet any crucial regulation like pollution thing,
Right.
it wouldn't it would not be allowed to fulfill that kind of systems scheme.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. So how about we talk about this? If if Germany was able to push
Mm.
with this policy,
Yeah.
how would it affect them? Do you think it will be? Do you think it will affect them in a positive way, in a negative way? And explain your answer. Why?
So you mean that if German
If Germany,
yeah Germany
yes,
Germany met that regulation? No.
if if Germany
Yeah.
push through with this policy,
Push through
free
this.
public
Ah,
transport
just
for
yeah.
yes,
Without meeting that standard quality standards, without meeting EU air
what?
quality standards,
Mm-hmm.
just they pushed their um, consist, their insist
What
to
was
the
that?
government. Uh,
Go ahead, Chase.
yeah, I mean, if even if they didn't meet the regulation
Mm-hmm.
and they strongly insisted that system and they actually fulfilled.
Yes.
So what would it be? You you meant you asked me that it is affected in a good way or in a bad way, right?
What would be the effect?
Uh-huh. Affect.
Hmm. Yeah.
Um, for ordinary people,
Hmm.
I think they have a lot of benefit to use free public transportation. They
All right.
are not going to be aware that
Right.
uh, this kind of transportation is already affecting our air becoming
Hmm.
bad. They wouldn't be aware for a short time at the
Why would?
first. Yeah.
Right. 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 Go ahead.
As but in terms of our environment,
Hmm.
of course, it will affect our environment with becoming polluted a lot.
It it helps reduce the pollution and the environment. Is that what you meant?
Reduce what?
Reduce the pollution.
Reduce the pollution.
Yes.
I didn't mean it.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
So, can you repeat that sentence for me? The last one.
Okay, the last one.
Yes. Yes.
Uh, this public transportation uh, will give our environment
Will give our environment.
uh,
Right. Go ahead.
becoming what did I say? Become really bad by no becoming polluted a lot.
Polluted a
Yeah,
lot.
polluted a lot. I said
All right.
becoming polluted a lot or getting polluted a lot.
Okay. So next question. Now, if free public transportation was to pull through, and that means that people are going now, car sharing schemes are going to be more popular. Do
Hmm.
you agree with this or not?
Instead of this public transportation,
Yes. If now, if Germany is to have free public transportation, what does this mean for car sharing schemes like the trains, the buses, taxis? How do you think this would affect them?
car sharing schemes.
Yes, car sharing schemes.
Yeah,
These are like trains, buses, taxis, taxi cab,
that is what that mean.
car
Car
sharing schemes.
sharing schemes.
All right,
I
I'll
think
type it up.
yeah in
Well, another word would be commute,
uh-huh commute.
commuting.
Yeah,
You know, you know that?
I know. When I go
All
to
right.
work, yeah, the
Yes, sharing schemes is the same as commuting.
yeah.
Right.
But yeah,
How did?
I thought that car sharing schemes was that when we want to go somewhere, and if there is somebody is going to the same destination, and we
Yes.
can go together in one car. So
Yes.
is it
That is
right?
that is an example.
Yeah.
That is a good example.
But
Now,
it's not for buses or trains. No?
now, the scheme is also the same for them. Now,
Opposite?
hmm, now it's confusing because it says car sharing, right? But it also means for those who were other vehicles like cars, trains, because you are sharing that vehicle with other people.
Yeah.
So it's the same with car sharing schemes.
Yeah.
So how do you think free public transportation is going to affect those? I mean, don't you think
Yeah,
trains
yeah,
are going to be more
yeah.
crowded? People are going to be taking the bus more.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
Of course, it can affect um,
Right?
the individual cars or
Right?
individual uh, motor something, motorbike, car. What else do we have? Personal transportation.
Mm-hmm.
And so there will be not many personal transportation on the street.
Oh,
That
I see. Okay.
means, yeah,
Right, right.
we
Go ahead.
can reduce we can reduce the exhaust gas
Mm-hmm.
on a street,
Right,
and it can reduce traffic jams,
right. That's
and
a very good one.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and it can reduce accidents
How will
by
this reduce accidents?
because there is not many cars on the streets, so it means
Mm-hmm.
uh, the possibilities to be, the possibilities to happen accident can
Right,
be reduced.
right. So, what do you think about free public transportation? We should? Do you think the entire world should follow this?
Uh, no,
Why not?
because it costs a lot.
It costs a lot, right?
Yeah,
It because the taxpayers are going to pay for this, right?
yeah, right.
Right. So, what if you were to advise Germany? What are you gonna say to them? Are you gonna say to them, go ahead, or like you have to stop this right now?
Actually, I don't know the exact condition in
The
German.
exact conditions.
Yeah, and
Well, that is true. Yes.
I don't even know why German um, wants to fulfill this scheme. Do
Yes.
they do they have enough transportations? I don't even know what condition is.
Well, let's see if there's a condition written here in the article.
There's
Well,
no mentioned.
yes, you're right. There is no mention here. Uh, So you think it's better for them to just stop this, right?
It depends on the situation in German.
Mm-hmm.
If there were not enough public transportations, and if there are a lot of people who are suffering from poverty,
Right.
so they cannot ride any personal transportation,
Mm-hmm.
and I think it would be really good for them. But if it was it was not true,
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it would be better way.
Okay.
Uh,
So let's let's talk about public transportation in your country. I mean, tell me what it's like to what's the public transportation like there?
we have subways, and we have trains,
Subways? Mm-hmm.
buses. Yeah, subway.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Yeah.
Now, do you how often do you use this public transport? Like, for example, the trains, subways. How often do you use them? Do you use them every day,
No,
every week?
actually, we don't have
Yeah.
any subway in
Subway.
my
Okay.
city. In my city, only
Oh,
in my city.
okay. Just in your
So
city.
yeah, so I
So
don't have any opportunity to ride subways, but I take buses
the bus. Okay.
3 or 4 days a week.
Three or four, 3 or 4 times
Days,
a week.
yeah, 4 times a week. four
4 days.
days a
Okay.
week. Yeah, would be
Okay. So just
better.
on specific days. All right.
Yeah, right, right.
Okay. So describe to me, like for example, you're going somewhere. What, how are you going to, how are you going to ride a bus? Like if you are giving me instructions.
How am I going to take a bus?
Yes. Like
Ah,
for.
yeah, from I the nearest bus station from my house is a little bit far. It
Mhm.
takes about 10 minutes on foot,
Right.
and I just walk to get there.
You walk.
Yeah,
Okay.
to get there, and I wait for buses that I want to get on.
Okay.
Just yeah, just take the bus, get on the bus,
Mhm.
and yeah, get off the bus when I get to the final destination,
All right.
and and I walk again.
Okay. You do a lot of walking, don't you?
A little bit, not
Okay.
not so much. But I
I
don't
mean,
want to take the bus.
why not? Why not? Tell me why not.
It's tiring thing. It no no it's tiring.
But
You
why
know.
would riding the bus be tiring compared to walking?
No no no.
I
I
mean,
mean I want to take my own car.
oh, I see. I see.
Yeah.
Right. Right.
But you know I
Yeah.
have
Yeah.
my wife and we have only one car, so we
Mhm.
have to share one car.
Oh, well, I totally understand. I mean, I sh- I sh- I mean, I myself I don't even have my own car. I just borrow my parents.
Ah
So,
really?
real, yeah, that's right. I mean, what's that like? I mean, sharing cars. I mean, who do you share cars with?
I don't share cars with
Oh, okay.
people.
All right. Now I'm a bit confused. I mean, you what do you mean by the last time you share cars? I mean, is it the car sharing schemes, or do you have a car you share with others?
What? Car sharing schemes? I just talked about car sharing schemes through the article. It was not from my experience.
Ah, okay, okay, I see.
Yeah. And anyway, yeah, we have only one car,
Mhm.
and I go to work every day
Yes.
except for weekends.
Mhm.
But my wife goes. No, my wife takes my daughter to the kindergarten in the morning every day.
Yes.
So we uh, both of them need to use cars if
Mhm.
we want we want to be more comfortable.
I see.
So
Okay.
yeah, we decided that uh, half of days on a week on a week
Mhm.
I can use my car. I
Uh,
can use our car, and half
oh,
of
I see.
days my wife can use
No,
our
it's
car.
okay. It's okay.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah, yeah.
okay. So, what's the difference? I mean, is there an advantage? I mean, what's preferable to you? I mean, driving your own car or
Yeah.
riding the bus? What's better?
Alright, let me
And,
explain. Um, my city doesn't have enough buses,
I see. I see.
so when every time I get on a bus,
Mhm.
I have to uh, stand. I have to stand.
Oh, right. I mean,
Yeah,
it's
what I
packed.
mean.
It's crowded.
Yeah, right, right, right. I can be stuck
Yeah.
with a lot of people, and
Mhm.
that is really inconvenient.
I see. I see. I mean,
Yeah,
and how long does one ride usually last?
30 for 30 minutes or for 40 minutes if
And
there is a
that's
traffic
long.
jam, especially
I mean,
when I get home.
mhm.
When I'm on my way home, there are a lot of cars, there are a lot of vehicles,
Mm-hmm.
on a street. So it takes a little bit long time
I
compared
mean,
in the
right.
morning.
That m- that means you have to be standing like 30 minutes, 40
Yeah,
minutes. I mean, that is hard. That's hard.
right.
Right. I mean, I and if you're like crowded, I mean, I cannot imagine. I mean, it must be really tiring.
Right.
Right.
So I
Okay, so
prefer.
we have 10 minutes left, and if you want, we can continue with the topic, or do you want us to talk about corrections now?
Correction might be better.
Corrections.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Now, first, you've mentioned that provided by the government free. Remember that?
I just said free,
Yes. Now, it's better to say it like provided freely by the government.
freely.
By the government.
All right.
Right.
So freely could be a adverb, right?
Yes. Yes. Freely.
All right. Free or for com no complimentary compliment.
Hmm.
Is
Now,
there any same word?
for what?
Is there any word that has same meaning with
Same meaning?
freely?
Sure.
Complimentary. No?
Sure.
Um,
Well,
I
another
don't
good
know.
word would it be? Well,
Complimentary. It's a
complementary would mean
adjective.
differently.
Really?
Yes, it would mean differently. Complementary means it's something that goes well with something.
Go what?
Complementary means something that goes well with
Swell?
another thing. Goes
What?
well.
Go swell?
Yes. Well, wait, let me type that. This is the word you're asking for, right? Complementary.
Yeah, right. That's what
Now,
I asked.
complementary means goes well with something.
So, what is
Hmm.
go swell?
Goes well. For example,
Go swell.
yes, like I can say this coffee is complementary with this cake because this coffee goes well with this cake,
Mm, alright.
right?
Could it be?
Go
Could
ahead, go
it
ahead.
be free?
Free?
Yeah. Like
Free will means that free will mean something that doesn't cost anything. It's free of charge.
yeah.
You got me?
Yeah. I know.
All
So what
right.
about complimentary? Complimentary
Com-
ticket or complimentary
Complimentary
water?
ticket. Well, it has to go with something like complimentary. Like I am giving you this complimentary ticket because we did something wrong. Like it's no. I think you're right. I think you're right. That can be used in that, but only in that scenario. It cannot be used in all in all kinds of scenario. Just that specific one.
Alright. Okay.
Okay. Want to go to the next correction now?
Yeah.
All right. Now you constantly said for German.
Uh-huh.
Now when you're referring to the country, it will always be Germany,
Yeah.
not for German. Okay?
Yeah. Alright. German is for people who live in
German
Germany,
is
right?
yes. It can mean the people, or it could mean anything that
Yeah.
comes from Germany, like the
Uh,
German car.
uh-huh. Alright.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now there's also about we talk about you mentioned this like if effective in a good way or a bad way. Remember that?
In a good way and bad way, yeah. In a bad way.
Now it's simpler to say like what will be the effect because effective is actually not. it only works on for good. Now it can't be effective in a bad way. Effective only refers like to in a good way. So to complete that sentence, you could just say what would be the effect. It's a simpler way of saying it.
Just what would be affected?
Oh, that's good too.
Yeah, all right.
Hmm. But once you cannot say effective and bad way in the same sentence because effective can only mean in a good way.
Really affected. What about in a bad way? What should I use the verb affect? No affect. Influence,
Right?
influence.
I'm sorry. Can you repeat that?
What about in a bad way? I just
In a
want to, yeah, in a bad way
You could just simply
for
say
that
what
verb.
would happen in a bad way.
What about influence?
Hmm? If
Influence.
influence.
Yeah.
Now you can use influence. That is good too.
All right. So influence could be for bad way and good way.
Yes, both
Uh,
ways.
both way. All right.
Hmm. Now remember saying takes my daughter to the kindergarten.
Takes my daughter to the kindergarten. Yeah, my wife
Now
takes my
yes.
daughter to the kindergarten.
Now it's better to complete it saying like takes my daughter to the kindergarten school. Because kindergarten can mean two things. It can mean the children who goes to the kindergarten and the place.
Yeah.
Now, to, to remove that confusion, you can add school. Or takes
Uh,
my daughter to the kindergarten school.
yeah. But
All
my
right.
my daughter is 4 years old. So it's not the kind of school. But I have to add school at
I mean,
the end.
kindergarten is also school, right?
Yeah.
No. Okay. Now let's go to your pronunciations. And the first one here is, can you say aloud?
Allowed. Yeah. Allowed.
Aloud.
Allowed.
All right. Now you have to stress the A, like aloud. Ah.
Allowed.
All right. Now,
Allowed.
okay, that's closer. That's better. And the second one here and the last one will be environment.
Environment.
All right, you got that one correctly immediately. Okay. Now
All
we're nearing the end of our time, and I really had fun talking with you today. And before we say our goodbyes, is there anything you want to add to the topic or any
right.
questions?
No, I'm fine.
All right, Chase. Goodbye, and you enjoy the rest of your day. Okay.
All right. Thank you very much,
You're
Marvin.
welcome. Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye bye.